Hello everyone, this is Sam from NOTD, and today we're back with a new breakdown video. And today we're gonna walk through Bruce Wayne, which we made together with Inji. And this song is also a part of our EP called Digital Notes, which you should definitely check out. Anyways, this is the first song that we made for the EP. And it's a song that we got sent to us by Chris Meyers and Loic, who produced the demo version, and also Evelina Wedon, who sang on the demo. And I would say when we got this song, that's what kind of sparked the idea for the EP. We really loved the demo, and like a lot of the sounds from the demo kind of inspired us to make the EP. So big thank you to you guys for making the amazing demo version of this song. Anyways, of course we added a lot of production to it as well, so that's what we're gonna go through. And as per usual, we're muting the vocal so we can just focus on the production. So let's start with the verse. I'm gonna play the verse and then we go into the layers. Okay. Okay, there you have it. The verse is super simple. There's really not a lot going on. We have this sample. It's like the main theme of the song. It's kind of going through the whole song. It sounds like this. And this was already in the demo production when we got it, but I found the sample they used. I can show it. That one. So here's the sample. It's just a sample from a splice pack. So I believe they took this sample and sped it up and pitched it up. So that's like the theme of the song, and going through the whole song, as I said. And underneath that we have like a kick, just playing like the Jersey club pattern. So here's the kick. And as you can hear, that's pretty much it for the verse. The kick is from made inside Serum. It's basically just a sine wave with a LFO or like an envelope assigned to the pitch, which creates some attack, and then an envelope just kind of shaping how the kick should be. And we wanted to kind of have some sort of 808 feel to it, so we added a bunch of decay to it, so you kind of hear the note of the kick, so it's in key. Then we have an EQ, and then just a bit of a room type of reverb on the kick, and then some saturation, and then more saturation. On top of that, we also have a top kick layered. But it's very, very subtle. It's just adding a bit more to it. But yeah, other than that, we don't really have a lot going on in the verse. We have this little vocal shop coming in, and it's kind of like supporting the theme layer. We also have like this little tonal pluck is coming in once, and also like a few effects. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the verse. As I said, it's super simple. But let's go into the chorus. But it also kind of acts like a build-up. But yeah, let's play it. Okie doke. So yeah, here's definitely more going on. I think we can start with these chords. These are like kind of the main element of this part. It's chords made inside of Diva. It's pretty much the init patch, but I think we messed around with some of these. I can't really remember. But then what we also done is to automate this sustain. And when we're doing this, it kind of creates the same effect as if you would like bounce it out and then reverse the chord into the next chord. And then the only thing else we have on this is this Digitalis plugin, which we're only using here towards the end when it goes into the drop. And it kind of just lowers the quality of the sound. Yeah, it creates some weird artificial effect, which we thought was cool as like a transition into the drop. And then we also have the main theme still going on here. And then on top of that we have like some sort of ambience melody. It sounds like this. So it's a bunch of layers. I think this is the main one. And this layer was from the demo production, so we didn't make this one. And then we added this layer on top. Like some pitch bend stuff. I think we made this inside of Serum. Then this layer. We bounced all of this out, so I don't really remember, but I think this is a piano that we kind of distorted a bunch. And then towards the end here we chopped it up like this. So it creates some weird effect. And then on top of that we're also automating up this saturation so it gets like even more intense. So it kind of sounds like some sort of FX riser. And then like a few more layers. A Serum synth. Some ambience. Yeah, so now we have the ambience melody, the theme, and the Diva chords. So what we added then was the clap. And the last layer would be this pluck here. And this is a pluck from this Drift plugin inside of Ableton with some processing and some delay and also some reverb. But the reverb we're only using in this build-up part. Then when it goes into the drop, we're cutting all of the reverb. And we're also doing some filter cut-off automation. But yeah, that's that. And I think that's pretty much all the layers for this part. We also have like a few effects. And also the last layer will be these kind of granular vocal chops, which is actually from the demo vocal, because we made this before we got Ingi on the song. And we just put the vocal inside of Ableton's granulator and then made a long recording. Like we resampled it and messed around with a bunch of knobs inside of granulator. And then we got this long recording of a bunch of these kind of just weird vocal things, which we then cut up to use sort of like as transitional elements. And I think that's it for the chorus build-up part. So then we're going into the drop, and the drop sounds like this. Okay, so first thing is we're adding a lot of more drums here. It's a 4 on the floor beat. The drums by itself sounds like this. So we have a kick. Also inside of Serum, I was messing around a lot with making own kicks here. So Serum again, it's pretty much the same as the first kick. An LFO to the pitch, and then an envelope shaping like the volume of the kick. So that's the sound out of Serum. And then we're adding a top kick, just taking away the lows of that. And then another kind of layer, which we're adding a room reverb to, and also taking away the lows here. And that's just to create some width to the kick. And then all layers are going into this little EQ with this super subtle change, and then into a saturator, but I don't think the saturator is actually doing a lot here. Okay, then we're having a clap. A lot of these drums are from the demo production as well. Like here, the main clap is from the demo production, then we're just adding this layer on top, and also this layer, which is more of a realistic clap. So it's 2 different claps from Ellie's sample pack that we just panned left and right to create some realism and some width. Then we're adding a few hi-hats, also from the demo production. And then here in the other half of the drop, like the post hook, there is some more extra drums. Also from the demo production. Okay, so that's pretty much the drums, and all of the drums are also going through this drum bus chain, which has some reverb to it. It's like a very small amount. Then this drum bus plugin. So I think we're just using the drive here to create some saturation. Then this plugin to get some more saturation. Then a clipper. Then an utility. And I think this is just to bring down the volume after all of these saturations, and yeah. And then this RC20, which is on 1% mix. But it's I think we're only using it because of this EQ curve, and then we're just using a very small or very low amount of mix. So we're basically just shaving off a little bit of the highs. It's super subtle, but makes a bit of difference. And then this EQ. Okay, that's the drums, and then we're going into the instruments. So this is the main group of instruments. They all sound like this. So we're having some plucky things and some bass. I think we can start with the pluck. So this is the main pluck. So we have a bit of processing on here, and also there is two different layers. So one layer is taking care of the top notes, and one layer is taking care of the bass notes. So inside here we'll kind of like split up. So this bottom layer is, yeah, just playing the notes below, what is it, E1 or something. And then, yeah, the top layer is playing above that. So that way we could process the top notes and bass notes differently. But the sound from Serum is basically the same on both of them. So let's start with the top notes. So that's the sound out of Serum. We're doing a bit of automation on the decay, just to make the notes a little longer in this section here. Then we're adding some erosion to create some noise, and also with this one we're automating in this section to make it even more noisy in that section. Then we're adding some convolution reverb. Then this delay. Some low cut, and also this portal, which we're also automating here. The effect by itself sounds like this, but that's mixed in with a dry signal, so. Okay, so that's the top layer, and then the bass layer is way more simple. It's just a Serum patch and then a utility to make those bass notes mono. Okay, so both of those layers sounds like this. And then we're going into an EQ, which we're only using to automating also in this section to just make it a little thinner. And then Saturn warm tape, and then a primal tap, which we're also automating the mix. Where is it? Here. So the primal tap is, I don't really know what it's doing. It is sort of a delay plugin, I think, but in this preset it's doing some sort of distortion. Yeah, I don't know. And then last but not least, a bit of more low cut, because underneath we also have more basses. But yeah, that's the plug. And then we're having a sub underneath, which is super simple. It's a sine wave from this operator inside of Ableton, then going into a saturator on hard curve. This hard curve sounds very nice on just like sine waves, low sine waves. It creates really nice harmonics. And then EQ, this left funk, also another saturation distortion plugin. and then an utility, which we're only using in the second verse here to bring down the volume 4 dB. Okay, so that's the sub and the pluck. Then we're adding like a mid bass on top of that. Okay, and here we're also having a lot of processing. Let's take it all away. So this is the sound out of Serum. Yeah, it sounds really bad without the processing. But it's a saw wave with a short envelope, and then this filter with some resonance and the key tracking on, and this kind of helps with bringing up that resonance, especially with this whole chain on it. So then we're bringing in some saturation, going into an OTT, and then a limiter, some more EQ, and then after that we're kind of taking away a bunch of the high end with this filter. And then this Fat Track by Eli Derp. I think this whole chain is very inspired by him. Anyways, here's the Fat Track, and it's basically just a bunch of plugins that he made in a rack, and it makes it more fat. So that's nice. Yeah, you can kind of hear what it's doing. And then we're adding a disperser and a low cut, so it doesn't clash with a sub bass. And then a bit more of distortion, and then another low cut, this Le Funk, with a bit of more distortion, very slight, and then hybrid reverb and another low cut, and then you get this. Yeah, so the hybrid reverb really brings out that harmonic. It's a super short reverb, and then if you mess around with the size, you kind of get different sort of harmonics. Yeah, so we just found like a sweet spot that we liked, and then yeah, kept it. Okay, so that's the plug, a top bass and a sub, and then we're having this sort of bass stabs, only on like the ones. And this, we're having a bunch of processing here as well, but I think the processing is very similar to the bass that I already showed. But here's the sound out of Serum. We're adding this low split, which is super unnecessary. I think it's just because it's a rack that I've made, and usually I like to automate the highs and lows differently, but I didn't do it in this one. Then the EQ, shaving up some highs and taking away some mids. And then, yeah, the processing here is basically just the same as the previous bass. Just in the end of the chain, we're having this EQ. And then more low cut and a convolution reverb. Boom. Okay, so that's the basses, the pluck, and then we're also having the delay synth that I showed in the build-up part, but now we're having it without any reverb. Okay, so the instruments and drums together. Okay, and that's pretty much it. I think the only other thing is this main theme that's coming in and out. And also some effects here. And this crash is so good. Can't recommend it enough. It's from Ellis sample pack, and I think it's used in every song on the EP, if I'm not mistaken. Very, very good crash. Okay, so after this section, we're going into like a post section where we're taking away the vocals and we're adding like a lead element. And here's this lead element. And this lead was also from the demo production, so I cannot show you how we made it because we didn't even make it. But yeah, very, very nice lead. And then the only other things we're adding is this, called it EDM stabs. It's from Virtual Riot's some preset pack that he made. And then we're adding some reverb to it, some low cut, and also like reverb throw that we're automating here. Just to fill out that space. And then also, I think this is the last layer, these more of a verby long bass notes. So it's a sample from Ellis. It's like a one-shot bass note. And we're adding some low cut, some saturation, some reverb, and more low cut. Also in this section, we're bringing back the ambient melody. Okay, I think that's it. Also this layer, not super important, but it's just some ambience. And I think we made this inside Pal Stretch. You can like put any sample inside of it and then stretch it like for years. And you get, yeah, just super long drones. Okie dokie. That's the drop section. And then we're going into a second verse. The vocal here is actually completely the same. Yeah, we're just switching up the production a little bit. So we're keeping a lot of the drums from the chorus. We're just having them more like filtered down, because you wanna be able to focus on the vocal. So we added a new kick. It's basically the same as the drop kick. We're just taking away one of like the top layers. So yeah, it's a little more soft in this section. And we're also bringing back the Jersey Club pattern instead of the 4 on the floor. And then the drums, other than that, are very similar to the drop. As I said, they're just more filtered down. The only difference, I think, is this tonal hat, which is a part that we took from the... It's like one of the stems from the demo production, and we just took one of those little pluck hits and then we, yeah, made it into a percussion element. But yeah, I think that's it for the drums. The instruments are also pretty similar, like we're having the same top bass and also the same sub bass with its bass stabs. The difference here is that we're adding some chords. And these are also from a Virtual Riot or preset pack. And we don't have any processing on this at all, which is a sign that it's already a very good preset. So that's good. And then we have some... It's like a super filtered down melody loop. And then for the pluck, we're using the same patch as in the drop, but it's like playing a different sort of MIDI pattern. It's a bit more like arpeggiated here, and we're also having it more filtered down in this section. Okay, so those are the drums and those are the instruments. We're also having the main theme here. Also, we're adding like a few more vocal chops here. Yeah, it's very subtle and it's very much in the background. But these are from like a super long recording that I made. I don't remember, but then we took small bits out of it and just chopped it up. And I think that's it. Then we're going into the second chorus, or build-up. I don't know what to call the parts in this song. But yeah, second build-up. And the build-up itself is completely the same. The only difference is like the break here before the build-up. It sounds like this. So yeah, we're basically taking out everything, and then we're adding this little tom fill, which we are layering up with these keys here, which is from Addictive Keys, Maple Hill Funk. Very cool. But yeah, as I said, the build-up itself is completely the same, and the drop is also completely the same. The only difference here is that we're adding a break like on the first hit, or like the one of the drop. It sounds like this. So yeah, we're taking away the first kick and all of the other elements as well. And we're also on the vocal, we're creating like a stutter effect. I can play it with a vocal. And I think we did that by, yeah, just automating the whole volume of the vocal group. And yeah, we're just adding like super small details here and there to keep the production interesting, while most of it is pretty much the same. So yeah, the drop and post thingy here is exactly the same. We're just adding some like ad-libs on top to make it a bit more interesting. But after that, we're going into an outro that sounds like this. And here we're having the main theme again, layered with these like granular vocal effects. And that's the end of the song. And then of course we have the beautiful vocals here, which, yeah, I'm not gonna go into the vocals too much, but it's it's amazing vocals by Inji. Okay, that was this project. I probably forgot to go through some of it, so if you have any more questions, let us know in the comments and we can answer it. Yeah, we will also be doing more of these videos for the other songs on the EP, so stay tuned for more videos. And yeah, peace out.